Hi, it's good to have you watching this video on functions. Now let's see what a function is. Let's look at the definition of a function. If we have two sets x and y, we can define a function as a rule which assigns or associates each element of a set x to a single element of another set y. A function is commonly denoted by letter f, and in symbol we can write a function this way, and we read it as f is a function of x into y. Now let's look at this diagram. In this diagram, we can clearly see two sets x and y, and the function f is a mapping of x into y. The set x is called the domain of the function. We can see it from this diagram, while the set y is called the codomain of the function. It's clearly shown in the diagram here. If an element x belongs to the set x, then the element in set y which is assigned to x is called the image of x, and we denote this image by f of x. Now let's look at some examples. This is the first example. Here we can see two sets x and y. Set x is mapped to set y. In set x we have the elements x0 and xy, while in set y we have the elements y0 and y1. We can see from the diagram that x0 is assigned to y0 and x1 is assigned to y1. This implies that f of x0 is equal to y0 and f of x1 is equal to y1. So that means y0 is an image of x0 and y1 is an image of x1. Now let's look at example 2. In example 2, we have two sets A and B. A has the elements ABC and set B has the elements XYZ. We are to state whether or not each of the diagrams below defines a function of A into B. Look at the diagrams here. We have three of them: I, and I. Look at the first diagram here. We have two sets A and B. Set A is mapped to set B. The elements in set A are ABC, while the elements in set B are XYZ. Element A is mapped to Z in B, while C is mapped to X in B. Now, what can we say about this diagram? Is this a function or not? In a function, all the elements in the domain must be assigned to some element in the codomain. We can see from the diagram that set A, which is the domain, has one element in it, which is B, that is not assigned to any element in set B. So we conclude that the diagram in 1 does not define a function. Now let's look at the second diagram, II. Here you can see two sets A and B. Set A is mapped to set B, and the elements in set A are ABC, while the elements in set B are XYZ. What can we say about this diagram? Does it define a function or not? This second diagram does not define a function. The reason is that the element C in A is assigned to two elements in B. That is, element C is mapped to both X and Z in the codomain B. But in a function, only one element can be assigned to an element in the domain. So that's the reason that this diagram is said to not define a function. Now, let's look at the last diagram. Here, we have set A with the elements A, B, and C, and also set B with the elements X, Y, and Z. We can see in this diagram that A is mapped to X, B is mapped to Z, and C is mapped to X again. What can we say about this diagram? Does it define a function? Yes, it does. It defines a function. This is because it is possible in a function for the same elements in the codomain to be assigned to more than one element in the domain. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and share this video. If you have any comments, put them in the comment section. We will reply you.